To live in a hut in the Arctic had always been my husband's wish dream. Whenever anything went wrong in our European home, a short circuit, a burst pipe, or even if the rent was raised, he would always say that nothing like that could happen in a hut in the Arctic. After taking part in a scientific expedition, my husband remained in Spitsbergen, fishing in the Arctic from his cutter, and in winter, when everything was frozen over, hunting for furs on the mainland. Letters and telegrams used to come from the far north. "Leave everything as it is and follow me to the Arctic." But for me at that time, as for all Central Europeans, the Arctic was just another word for freezing and forsaken solitude. I did not follow at once. Then gradually, the diaries that arrived in summer from the far north began to fascinate me. They told of journeys by water and over ice, of the animals and the fascination of the wilderness, of the strange light over the landscape, of the strange illumination of one's own self in the remoteness of the polar night. In his descriptions, there was practically never any mention of cold or darkness, of storms or hardships. The little winter hut appeared to me in a more and more friendly light. As housewife, I would not have to accompany him on the dangerous winter excursions. I could stay by the warm stove in the hut, knit socks, paint from the window, read thick books in the remote quiet, and, not least, sleep to my heart's content. The decision to hazard a winter's stay ripened in my mind. I made careful preparations, for I wanted to set foot in the Arctic well protected, as though I were sitting in a warm, comfortable seat in the cinema, with all the events and the unfamiliar beauty of the polar night unrolling before me. Mothers, grandmothers, and aunts knitted warm wraps. Fathers, uncles, and brothers presented me with the latest heating equipment. Just the same, they kept telling me that it was harebrained idiocy for a woman to go to the Arctic. The latest letter arrived from my husband. "I hope you're going to keep your promise and come up here this year. I've taken over for next winter a little hut on the north coast of Spitsbergen. It's supposed to be well and strongly built. It won't be too lonely for you, because at the northeast corner of the coast, about 60 miles from here, there is another hunter living, an old Swede. We can visit him in the spring when it's light again and the sea and fjords are frozen over. Apart from your ski boots, you don't need to bring anything. There are skis and equipment here left over from a previous traveling companion.